Hello and welcome back to RC Icons. So in today's video we're going to continue on with the 1/12 scale Porsche 934 Black Edition on the GT01. So in this video we're going to do the polycarbonate body. We're going to get this ready for paint, we're going to get it painted up, and we're going to get it decaled. We do have some hard parts, ABS parts, that we need to put on this body that I think are going to have to be shared with the hard body unless I can source another set. So I'm going to get on eBay and see if I can find another set so that I don't have to transfer the parts over when we do the hard body. But if you missed the first video, make sure you go back. I'll try to link it, but I'm still trying to figure YouTube out. I know it's been 4 months, but I've just been way too busy to sit down and try to figure it out. It's probably real simple and I'm just a moron, but that's how life is. I digress. So I'm going to try to source the parts so that when we do the hard body, we don't have to take them off of this one. So in part one, we built the GT01 chassis, which is tiny because it's 1/12 scale, but it was absolutely awesome. So ball diff, fully adjustable, fully ball raced. Yeah, an absolutely epic chassis, very intricate in how it goes together, and it feels absolutely awesome. It's running a little 370 motor. The only letdown, like I said in the first video, in the build video, was that it came with friction shocks, and I think that, you know, it's got inboard shocks in the front, and I just think that Tamiya missed an opportunity to make a great chassis even better by just doing some oil dampers in this car, because it is a little bit springy. But with that being said, it'll probably run fine, and we're just going to run this, you know, I always say light, but then I take everything out and I run it to the hilt, so who knows. But we're going to run it with the polycarbonate body, and then, so this episode we'll be doing this body, and then the next episode we're going to do the hard body, because it's just going to take too much time to do two bodies in one video. And then at some point we're going to do a running video. I'm not sure where that will fall in line with all the rest. We may do the running video before we do the hard body, just so that when we do the hard body, we can just finish the car, and then that's it. Just put it on the shelf. So yeah, let me get the body. What I'm going to do is, usually I'll bring you over and we'll look at the stuff, but I'm actually going to get into this. I'm going to get the body cut out and masked, because there's really not a whole lot to show you. So I'll get the body cut out and masked, and then I'll bring the camera over and I'll show you the body, you know, fitted, masked, ready to go, just so that way we're not, you know, wasting time. So I'll see you back here in a second with the body ready for paint. Alright, so I got the body cut out, I got the masks on, so it's a little bit weird in that, so I'm following masking directions for the Valiant livery, because that's what's in the manual. And if I didn't pronounce Valiant right, don't beat me up in the comments. It is what it is. So yeah, so I followed the masking for that, which is the masking that's in the decal set, right? So the masks are for the black decal set, and they match this body, and so that's what I did. But then the decaling on the next page is for the Valiant body, or Valant, or however you pronounce it. It's for that body, and they don't give you decal directions for the polycarbonate body in here for the Black Edition. The extra leaflet is the hard body, and they give you masking for the hard body. So I'm gonna have to try to match the decals from the hard body to the polycarbonate body, because I have the two sets of decals, and hope that they fit. The window surrounds and everything, I just have to hope that they're going to fit. So it makes you think that the resin body is the body that you're supposed to use for the kit, and you're not even supposed to use the polycarbonate body. But if that's the case, why would they give you the masks? And then I read over here in step 8 where it says attaching the body. Now that's the other thing. Let me digress. I can't I can't attach this body to show you it on the car. I can sit it on the car to kind of show you, you know, what it's gonna look like. The wheel arches line up perfect. Everything looks great, right? So it should work out fine. But the way that this body attaches, you can see the holes in the front here, and there's these two U-shaped parts here. The body pins actually attach upside down in the body, and then those go down in and you pin it from underneath so that there's no body pins on the body itself, which is really cool because in the number 1 cars, they attached on the lower sides, the body attached down here with, it's like this spring clip on the Martini and on the 934. On the Renault Turbo, when I did the unboxing, I showed you there's 2 little brackets in the back, so this slides over it, and then there's 1 body pin in the front. So back in the day, the first, whatever, probably 15 cars did not attach with typical body posts like we see today. The car did not have body posts sticking out of the body anywhere, and that's cool as hell. So I can't attach this because I don't want to put the brackets on to show you what it's going to look like and then have to pull them off to paint it. So we're just going to leave it alone. But getting back to the hard body polycarbonate body. So they give you the decals for the resin body, the hard body. And then right here there's a note. Do not run the car with the resin body as it may detach from the chassis and become damaged. So they absolutely sent you the polycarbonate body as the running body. They don't even want you to run it with the resin body because it could potentially come off. So it should work out fine. I'm assuming the spoiler will fit on both cars. I'm looking at buying, it kind of sucks because I really want the spoiler and the wing mirrors and the windshield wiper, the door handles, all that attaches separate to both cars, but they only give you 1 set. And to get all of those parts, you have to buy another body kit. Well, the cheapest GTO 1934 body kit I can find right now is $120. So here and then it's like I'm gonna have the Valiant livery that I don't necessarily need because you can't find the black version. So, and you're not gonna find the black version. The Jägermeister version is like $500, which is just crazy. So the Valant or Valiant, whatever the hell it is, that version is the cheapest version at $120. So that will give me the green wing that I can paint black, the wing mirrors, all the parts that I need to have 2 bodies with all the fixings. But then I'm going to have the body shell left over, and I'm going to have the decals left over, and I'll probably never use those. So it's like, do I really spend that kind of money to do that? Or do I just swap it over? It's going to be behind the glass. Now, I say this. I'm probably going to end up spending the money. Because I'm an idiot like that when it comes to this stuff. The other thing I did see, where did I see it? I'll probably end up spending the money, but it's going to hold stuff up because, you know, it's like those parts aren't going to be in for 3 weeks, and I'm trying to get this car done. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn. Options. Part number 40513, aeration oil-filled damper for the GT01 front and rear. So they did sell oil shocks for this car. They just did not put them in the kit. They made them a hop-up option so that they could make more money. Well, wonderful. I'm not gonna try to source them. We're running this thing once. The friction shocks will be fine. It is what it is, and that's the other. It's like I don't know. I gotta go decide whether or not I'm buying this body set. I'm gonna get this cleaned up. I'm gonna get it in black paint, PS5. I'll bring you back when I've got it ready to decal. Alright, so I finally dug into this kit a little bit deeper, and I've got some good news. They give you 2 spoilers, 2 sets of mirrors, and that's it. So it doesn't have the handles that go on, I don't believe. At least I have not found them yet. It doesn't show door handles in the Valiant picture. It just shows the mirrors. It does have door handles on the hard body. So on the hard body, the wing is made up of like 5 different pieces that are glued together, and that's why I didn't see it for what it was. So the grills are separate pieces, the wing is a separate piece, and then all of this is made up with 3 pieces that are kind of sandwiched together. So I do not need to buy another body set. I'm glad I looked into it before I hit buy it now, because it was like $150 for a body set, or $120 plus shipping. So I did move forward and I painted the body, the polycarbonate body. So we're at the point now where we should be able to pull the masks. It does look like it's got enough paint on it. It's a little bit see-through back here around the bumper area, but I can take a Sharpie and get in those areas pretty easily. So yeah, it looks like we're all set. So I'm going to pull the masks real quick. And then I did, and I'll show you in a second, I did tape off the mesh wheels so that I can run downstairs and paint them gold while I start decaling this part of it. And that was an absolute nightmare. So there is going to be a little bit of cleanup on this. Just the way the windows are. I knew it was going to leak. And for whatever reason, I decided not to do my PS55 trick and paint it with flat clear first. I don't know if I was just lazy at the time, but I picked up the black can. I thought about it and I said, oh, I'll just do a light coat. And I did a very light coat. And I did a very light second coat. And I'm surprised it leaked, but it did. But not the end of the world. That's what polycarbonate cleaner's for. So yeah, there's a couple of areas. You'll see it probably better once the masking is off, but you can see a little black spot there. So we've got those areas are demasked, and then we have the headlights. Yeah, so it comes with 2 sets of light buckets too. They're totally different from each other. Of course, the bodies are probably a little bit different shape-wise. But I was kind of shocked that they actually sent you everything to do the 2 bodies, although I shouldn't be. I mean, they sent everything else for the 2 bodies, short of 2 sets of decals. So yeah, I was a little bit surprised when I looked at the directions and started trying to find the parts on the parts trees to see that there was a second wing. So it had you mask off the tail lights, it had you mask off the headlights, and then the windows. So let's pull this protective film real quick. And then I'm going to take off here for a second for you guys and run downstairs and start painting the wheels. I'll show you the wheels too that I masked. So I used curved masking tape around the outside, and then I went over it again with the regular masking tape. But it's not easy to mask a radius because it's always running off. It doesn't want to stay on the radius. I can't wait to see this car done. It's going to look awesome. Might as well put it in frame as I peel it, right? Wow. There's nothing like peeling the protective film off a brand new body. Absolutely gorgeous. That thing is going to be awesome. It's so small too, it's funny. But yeah, that thing is going to be awesome. So as promised. So that's your mask job on the outside of your wheels. So that inside center part is going to get painted gold, like the 2-piece gold mesh wheels that you get in the Porsche kits on the 1/10 scale cars. But yeah, they're all masked off, and then these wheels get screwed on with a screw, and the little center cap that goes on the wheel almost acts like a washer on the outside. Will get painted gold as well. So we'll paint those 4 up along with the 4 wheels, and then I'm going to shoot this parts tree gloss black in the TS, and then this will be gold in the TS. So we'll use TS paint for all of that. So let me go get some paint on this, and I'm going to start putting decals on this after I get the windows cleaned up, and I'll bring you back when I've got something to show you. And I'll be honest, I cannot wait to see what this looks like done. It is going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome. See you in a second. Gold wheels. You got to be careful with that gold paint because you're painting it on chrome. It just wants to come right off. In fact, I've got 3 out of the 4 sitting here because the 4th one needs to be touched up a little bit. So it's downstairs drying. And there's your center caps. You can't really see them, or I can't really hold it. So those are gold as well. I mentioned it in my Ranger video that Tamiya chrome parts, if you use TS paint, it will come right off. You have to be very careful with it. It's really just for show. If you want to paint on chrome, you can use the XF paints, but even those, they stick better, but not as, they don't really stick well. So if you have chrome parts like on a semi truck and you want to paint like the gas tanks or whatever to match the livery that you're doing on like a custom truck, you have to strip the chrome off the part first. If you put it in super clean, which is like a purple cleaner, you can get it at Walmart. If you soak it for like an hour, I mean typically I do it overnight, but usually the chrome will come off in like an hour, and it'll bring it down to its normal plastic color. In this case, it would probably be like a off-white, right? And then you can prime and paint over it, and it'll stick well. But you absolutely have to strip the chrome off first with Tamiya stuff. So in this case, I can't strip the chrome because I need it to shine on the outside rim. So you just have to be very careful with the center parts that you did paint. So the car, I've got all the window decals in. I didn't have to touch up the windows at all. The decals hid everything. So all the window decals are in, and then all of, I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's like little vents decals that go on the bumper. I don't even think you can see them. There's one right here. Yeah, you can see it there. And then in the front, the lower skid, there's a vent there. There's a vent there. So there's a vent there. So real hard to see on the black body, but it is what it is. I just realized I forgot the 2 lower decals here. Maskings. So you mask off the inside so that if you decide to put LEDs in it, it'll shine through the decal that you put on the outside. So you still have decals that go over the headlights and over these areas, but the light will shine through it. So all of the black is essentially done. So we're going to get into putting color on the car now. So we're going to get the lights, right? These are the lights for the car. We got to get the mirrors done, the gas cap, the gold Porsches, the headlights. We got to start getting all that on. And as I'm decaling it, I'm realizing that 1 sheet of decals will absolutely do both bodies. So the extra set that I bought is not needed. So I'll be able to sell those on, which is nice, and get my money back out of them. But so if you do end up buying this kit, just so you know, you have everything you need to do both cars, which is cool. So I'm going to keep moving forward with getting the color on the car, and I'll bring you back when I've got something to show you. And she's done. Short of the driver figure, which I honestly forgot about. But I still have a whole nother body to do. So it is what it is. So look at that thing. Look at that thing. Now tell me that is not just one of the sweetest cars you've ever seen. And the worst part is you guys can't see half the detail because of the black body. There's all kinds of vent stickers and everything else. But with those wheels looking like that with the gold stickers, they do give you a sticker that you can put on the top that says Tamiya Racing Team, and it's in black and gold, but they only says Racing Team. You have to make up the Tamiya with individual letters. So I'll probably do that at some point, but it's just going to take some time for me to actually stick each individual gold letter on top of the black. The Racing Team is done, but they leave a blank spot so that you can put whatever you want. So, I mean, this car is cool as hell, to be completely honest. Ball diff, slipper clutch, fully ball raced, inboard front shocks, fully adjustable. It just doesn't get any cooler. I mean, in all honesty. So yeah, that's it. It looks stunning. A little bit more sanding and stuff, but to be honest, this is the the runner body. This isn't even the body it's gonna show. And it looks this good. So I can't wait to get the hard body done. And then this one's going to be on display kind of behind it in the glass, so there'll be two bodies there. So yeah, what a killer kit. Just absolutely stellar. Can't wait to run it. So let me get you set up for a closing, and we'll talk about what's next. I mean, we still have a whole nother body set to do. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this episode of RC Icons. Just an absolute pleasure, to be completely honest. The chassis build was a complete pleasure, and so was this particular body, the polycarbonate body. And this thing just looks absolutely awesome. Like, awesome. I love it. I'm so glad that I went after this one first. The fact that it's 1/12 scale instead of your typical 1/10, I mean, I got 4 1/10ths to build. And, you know, they're all pretty much the same except for the body, right? The 30th is completely different. But the rest of them are pretty much the same, short of the body and the livery. So it's, you know, to have this one done is just absolutely awesome. And I can't wait to get to the hard body. But I absolutely have to stop it here, because if I get into that, that's going to be a half-hour video on its own. It's like building a model. So, yeah, we're going to stop it here. The other body has another set of wheels. The next video will probably be me running this, and then I'll do the body, and then that's when it gets retired. So if you're not already like and subscribe, if you haven't already subscribed and turned on your notifications, make sure you do so that you don't miss that running video and the last body video. Let me know in the comments what you think of this little gem. Little 1/12 scale. The camera doesn't do it justice. I mean, if I pulled a 1/10 touring car out, it's, you know, it's this big, right? So it's, you know, this thing is, it's in front of you. It's just so impressive. And then they threw the kitchen sink at it for a Tamtec gear car, to have all that spec. I didn't realize the Tamtec gears had that kind of a spec, but the 1/12 scale, they're more indicative of the original. So the Lamborghini LP500S, that's a 1/12 scale. They've got this one. They get the Valiant or Valant or however you pronounce it. They've got that livery and the 934, and then they've got a ton of other ones that are in that 1/12 scale that are more indicative of what the originals were like. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I think it's just a stunner with the black and gold. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. Wheelbase is perfect. It's just an awesome, awesome little rig. So make sure you, like I said, turn on those notifications and subscribe so that you don't miss a running video of this. It's going to be cool. It's only a little 370 motor, so it's not going to be quick, but it's going to be, I mean, to see this thing buzzing around on the ground, it's going to be cool. I can tell already. So until then, we'll see you soon. Thank you.